Hello everybody, welcome back to Astro Planet. And what a night it was. What a historic night it was at Real Madrid last night when they got defeated 1-4 by Ajax Amsterdam. And the heroes are falling, an era is ending, and new stars are rising from Amsterdam in Netherlands. It was incredible. The match was crazy. And in this video, I want to review this match a little bit and go through some examples. That just words fail me on this. As we speak, this was a special night, and it was, I guess, the appropriate special historic night in football for the special historic time in astrologically speaking, as the match happened the day before Uranus' last or final step into Taurus, changing sign after 8 years about in Aries. And it was only that, it was also plus the new moon that's happening tonight, the night after the match with in Pisces tight conjunct Neptune. And so it was a special time for several reasons, and something special was in the air, and we saw it at Real Madrid. But I tell you guys, here's the match for the chart. You see, we're talking about 5th of March, and Uranus is here on 29:58 when the match started, and there's several points I could make, and but let's get to the most important bit in the beginning, and I tell you, it took me a while until it came to me. If you watched the match, the scene, it's so crazy. Like the key moment in the match, what was it? It was the VAR decision. Was the ball, was it still on the line or was it off the line? This was when Amsterdam was 2 goals up and pre-play like towards the third goal or before, there was a scene when the ball was so close to being out of the field, and the match continued, and the third goal was scored, and there was the VAR decision, and the goal stayed. It was incredible, and it was like with the 2 goals back, Real, they still had a chance, and then with the third, like the whole history like of the last years fell into pieces basically. So it was really like the key moment. And if you think about it, like the ball still on the line or out already, and we're talking about this Uranus changing sign, just about to. It's just this, astrologically speaking, happening on the pitch. It's in the field. Is it still in, or was the ball still in, or was it out? Uranus on this evening was still in Aries. It is about to go out, but it was still in. And if you think about it, because Uranus, of course, it rules the video technology and the all-seeing eye, the VAR decision, and so it completely makes sense. But you couldn't make that up in beforehand or so. But seeing this, it's just an explosion. It's just crazy. It's just fascinating. I hope you share my excitement about this, because this really is, yeah, awesome stuff. Yeah, wow. And in the end, it was 4 goals, and new stars are rising up, and Real is in pieces. And what should we start? Start with the winners, I guess. Or other way around. I honestly, I was about to like produce a clip with a preview yesterday, because I really I knew, I thought I was almost sure, you know, I always was about to make a prediction. Then I said, let's not do it, or let's wait it until tomorrow. So, but really, it was on my mind like that. Ajax would make this big surprise. And that was for several reasons, and this I want to go through here. So, starting with, or let's start, yes, let's start with Solari, with the manager, with how was his chart, or how were his transits on that night. And what I saw, like, this is his birth chart, but the birth time is a bit speculative, so don't believe just in this too much, but nevertheless, the new moon that's happening pretty much right now, they happened on 15, 16 Pisces, and it's exact quincunx, so with the Saturn and Sun, and this quincunx stuff is usually not so good. It's accident stuff, it's not good, things go wrong with this, and so they did. And the second thing that is major remarkable, I think, is that if you look, there's Mars on 29 and Uranus was opposing, and there's Chiron, is really exact, like in Taurus, and with Uranus changing, it will exactly or immediately hit and be on with this Chiron, and Chiron is the painful thing, and I guess everybody's talking about it. He's about to be sacked at Real Madrid, and yes, I was speculating about this yesterday, so this is it. And Real Madrid has the foundation chart. The day was 1902. It's more than 100 years ago, and it had the sun on 15 Pisces, and this new moon with Neptune is sort of ending an era. But let's not get too deep into this. But the new moon with the sun here in the apex is kind of certainly significant, and yeah. Much more to tell about the winners. Maybe starting with the manager, this guy Ten Hag. Oops. You see that the node axis is here with this new moon. The north node can be compared with some Jupiter-like figure, so that looks better. And the moon also on that night was with this Jupiter. And you see here also that his moon is, for noon it is at 20, and one might speculate that the true birth time maybe was with the moon on 22, because that's where Jupiter is current right now, and that would perfect make sense. So may adjust the birth time like 4 hours later or so. That's pretty much what makes sense. But it's most remarkable, it's to talk about the scorers, the crazy stuff what they did, because it wasn't ordinary goals, it was really painful stuff. And I think you all agree. And first goal was made by Siege, or what's his name, this guy. And you see that he has the sun on 29 Pisces, where Mercury is. It's just like in the other clip I produced some couple days ago. Mercury is turned retrograde, is exactly on this spot. It's right here now, and it's like emphasis of this point. And he opened the scoring. And second goal was scored by a guy called Neves. And you see here that the moon of the match, because that was on 6 Pisces, is exactly on his Venus Mercury here, square Pluto, so that also pretty much makes sense. Plus the sun, well, we can even ignore this, but then the nodes, well, no, south node, we can leave this apart. Only with the moon it makes sense by itself already. Venus also was here on Uranus, that makes sense, I guess, too. Yes, Venus is on 5, and this is actually in the center here with, so That very much makes sense for this guy. And the second goal, this guy was the guy of the match, I guess. Tadic, he did these incredible things and scored a fantastic goal. And for him, like what we have, I forgot. Mercury is trying with his sun. Oh yes, of course. The Mars was on 13-8 in the match, and he has his Pluto on in opposition. 13-8, 13-13. They were exactly opposing, and this is the Pluto involvement always is for some extraordinary stuff. So he's in with some transit as well. And the fourth goal, it was even more crazy than like the third. This free kick from Schöne, this guy. And you see here, he has this trine, Venus, Pluto, and the moon of the match was like on 6 Pisces. So this is closing this grand trine because the moon is moving from Pluto to Venus. And this again completes the story kind of, because of this grand trine figure, and also Neptune is also here, so you get also the sextile. So this is always a moment for big bang, for big events, headlines. Yes, so he had a big moment, and that goal was, yeah, maybe probably the best, most crazy of all. Because I guess I think he scored this free kick on purpose in this way he did this. So that was all very exciting, yes. And well, second note as I speak is Wednesday, and second night for Champions League, and I want to just talk about Sox, Man U, Manchester United and Paris for a quick look, because Manchester is considered almost out already, but maybe there's a surprise. It's this, again, this magic story, the manager from Manchester United, this guy called Solskjaer. It was this guy who scored the winning goal for Manchester United in 1999 when they turned the match in extra time against Bayern München. Well, those glory days, long time ago. It's 20 years. So it made me thinking if, like, I looked at the transits from 1999, and maybe today there's something comparable and they make a miracle at Paris. That would be a nice story and exciting too. So if you look at Solskjaer, he has on 23 Libra, and in fact this is the night of the match in 1999, and there was this tight opposition of Jupiter and Mars. This must be around the time when he scored his goal, because that was late, of course, towards the end of the match, in the end of the match basically, and the moon was here in the end of Libra, and in his chart there's, as I said, there's Uranus. This was touched by this tight opposition with Mars and Jupiter, which is also the recipe like for the big goal kind of thing. And well, let's just make the point that his moon also is at, or like put it this way, now tonight we have the Jupiter at 22 Sagittarius, and maybe there's a variation of this, because like there's a tight sextile this time with the Uranus. So in 1999 there was the Mars-Jupiter thing right on here, and today we have the Jupiter here in sextile and the moon involved as well. So maybe, just maybe there's a second miracle tonight. We'll see. It will be exciting, that's for sure. And yeah, it may be possible. Only player that I found from United, Lingard, he has a Sun North node here with the current Jupiter, so maybe he does something